Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 New York Yankees baseball. We got on April 22nd, the Milwaukee Brewers traveling to New York to take on the Yankees. And again, I apologize for this head cold if I sound rough. But leading off for the Brewers is going to be Paul Molitor playing shortstop, batting second, playing second, Don Money, batting third, playing first base, Cecil Cooper, batting fourth, playing left field, Larry Heisel, batting fifth, doing the DH is Ben Ogilvy, batting sixth, playing third base is Sal Bando, batting seventh, playing center field is George Thomas, batting eighth, playing right field is Jim Wolford, and batting ninth and doing the catching is Charlie Moore. And on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers is Mike Caldwell. Let's take a look at the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup. We got leading off playing second base Willie Randolph, batting second playing center field's Mickey Rivers, batting third playing left field's Roy White, batting fourth playing right field's Reggie Jackson, batting fifth playing doing the DH in is Lou Piniella, batting sixth doing the catching's Cliff Johnson, batting seventh playing first base is Chris Chambliss, batting eighth playing third base is Greg Nettles, batting ninth playing shortstop is Bucky Dent, and on the mound for the New York Yankees is Dick Tidrow. Let's get down here to the ballpark, folks, and get this game started. As Philip Reynolds joins us here today. And we got Paul Molitor leading off to a slow start, batting $179 with 4 RBIs, going up against Dick Tidrow. This Tidrow's third appearance. He's 2-0 with a 2.57 ERA. Here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Roy White's patrolling out there in left today. He makes the catch for round number one. Up next is Don Money. And Money's batting .255. He's got 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Easy play down there for Mr. Dent. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here. That takes us to Cecil Cooper. And Cooper's batting .200 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a 9 against 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the infield, a pop fly. And that's going to be caught by Dent out in shallow left field. 1, 2, 3 goes the Brewers. We go to the bottom of the first. Brewers nothing. Randolph, Rivers, and White do up here for the Yanks. And Willie's batting .404 off to a great start. 1 home run, 6 RBIs going up against Mike Caldwell. This is his third game, his first start of the year. He has no record, and he's got a 2.25 ERA. Here's the pitch for Mike. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Willie goes down swinging. Brings up Mickey Rivers now. And Mick's off to a good start also. 278, 1 homer, 9 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Mike's got it. He tosses it over to Cooper for round number 2. Here comes Roy White up now. And Roy's batting .375. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. And he squares this one up, folks. Can he get homer number 2 and get the Yankees on board here? And that's going to be a gapper out in left field. That's going to be out there in Death Valley. He's rounding second. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and he's in there with a triple. So 2 outs now with a runner down at third for Reggie Jackson. And Reggie come through here with a 2-out base hit and get the run in here Reggie's batting .404. He's got 6 home runs, 15 RBIs. And that ball is high. Let's see. He's got a G. Let's see if he takes this away here, folks. No, that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going in the right field upper deck, no doubt about it. And it is quickly 2-0 New York. That's home run number 7, RBI 16 and 17. Brings up Sweet Lou Piniella now, batting .290. He's got 2 homers and 9 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Money up with it. And that'll be out number 3. But the Yankees scored 2 on a 2-run homer by Jackson and take a 2-0 lead going into the top of the second. And we'll have Heisel, Ogilvie, and Bando due up here for the Brewers. And Larry Heisel's batting .222, 4 homers, 7 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. He's up with it, fires it over to Chambliss for out number 1. Here comes Ben Ogilvie up now. See what Ben can do. He's batting .222, 4 homers and 7 RBI. No, this game's slow. Sorry about that. Ben's batting .310, 1 homer and 3 RBI. And he gets a hold of this one off of TIDROW. And that's going to be, he doesn't have an L and an M, so that's going to be a double in the right field. So with 1 out, Ogilvie's down at second for Sal Bando. And Bando's only hitting .209, 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bando. And I shouldn't have said nothing against the righty. That'll make him an 8. 8 against an 8. That's going to be a single in the center field. And it's probably going to score Ogilvie because Rivers doesn't have a very good arm out there. Yeah, Ogilvie will score easily on that single in the center. And they cut the lead in half. It is now 2-1 Yankees. It brings up Gorman Thomas now. Yankees looking for a double play ball. Gorman hitting .267. He's got 6 homers and 13 RBIs. And that ball is well hit. That ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is gone, folks. And all of a sudden, it's 3-2 Milwaukee. Just like that. Brings up Jim Wolford batting .250 with 1 RBI on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dick. He fires over to first. That'll be out number 2. Brings up Charlie Moore now. And Charlie's batting a .125 with 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball again back to the mound. That'll end the inning, but the Brewers score 3 and take a 3-2 lead. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Yankees. Johnson, Chambliss, and Nettles. Cliff's batting a .94. Excuse me, that's going to be a ground ball down the Bando at third for out number 1. Up steps Chris Chambliss now. Chambliss batting .388 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Greg Nettles now. Can Greg get something going here with 2 outs? He's batting .318 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going, and this game is tied up, folks. The ball's leaving the yard today in Yankee Stadium. It's now 3 apiece. So I got the Yankees tied up. Bucky Dent batting .364 with a homer and 8 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Wait a second. Let's make sure. With Nettles, he does have the G. So against the lefty, makes him a 26. And it still was a home run. Okay, we didn't screw the pooch there. Forgot about him having that G. Now Bucky grounds out the short. His counterpart comes up with it. Molitor throws over to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 1 on the homer. And this game's tied up at 3 apiece as we go to the third. Top of the order due up here for the Brewers. Molitor, Money Cooper. Paul's 0 for 1 today. And he's going to be 0 for 2 as that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And up stands Don Money now. And he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Money trots on down to first. Brings up Cooper now. 1 out. The Yankees love to see a ground ball here out of Coop. And Coop's 0 for 1. Popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie in right field. 2 down now. Here's Larry Heisel up now. And Larry, he's grounded out to third his first time up. And against a righty, it's going to make him a 10. That's going to be a single. Ain't a 10. Yeah, against the righty, it's going to be a single in the left field. And Money will stop at second. Now there's 2 on with 2 out for Ben Ogilvy. Ben, he hit a double his first time up. Came around the score. Here's the pitch to Ogilvy with runners on first and second. And that's going to be against the 8, 10. That's going to be an infield hit. Ogilvy's aboard here and loads up the bases. So TIDROW's got himself in a heap of trouble. Sal Bando's up now, bases jammed, nowhere to put him. This game's tied up. Can Dick keep this a tie game? Bando had a RBI single his first time up. And that ball is hit well. He's going to bust this game open, folks. And that's going to be a 2. That is going to be a triple in the deep left field. And that's going to score 3. And the Brew Crew go up 6-3, just like that. And TIDROW can't get the elusive third out here, folks. Now we got a runner down at third. 2 outs for Gorman Thomas. He homered his first time up, hit a 2-run jack. Here's the pitch to Gorman. And that'll end the inning. That ball is hit down the short. He'll fire over to first to get the out. But the 3-run triple by Bando gives the Brewers a 6-3 lead. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 6-3. Brewers, top of the order, due up here for the Yanks. Randolph, Rivers, and White. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a base on balls. If you're a Brewers fan, you don't want to see that. Yankees will take it. That brings up Mickey Rivers now. Can Mick get aboard here and get the tying run to the plate? He grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. And that's going to be a catcher is 7. And on that, it's going to be a foul ball. And Charlie throws the mask off, makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Roy White up now with 1 out and Randolph still down at first. He hit a triple his first time up and came around to score. And that's going to be a 15. That ball is going to be an HB. So he hits him, folks. And that puts the tying run at the plate. Yankees ain't happy, but I don't think he hit him on purpose to bring Reggie Jackson up here. Reggie's already homered in this game. See if Reggie can do it again. Tie this game back up. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And it's not a homer, but let's see what he does here against the lefty. 7 on a 25. 8. It's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And let's see here. 45. Right fielder's a 2. And that'll be fielding column number 2. We'll need one more dice roll here. A 5. 45. That should get Randolph down there pretty easily. 45. Yeah. Randolph will tag with no throw. Well, let's make the throw. 30 to what? 56 or lower. 56 or lower. And he's in there safely, just barely. Just barely in there safe. So we got first and third now with 2 outs for Lou Piniella. Can Lou deliver here? He grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. That'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 2. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still 6-3 Brewers. You got Wolford, Moore, and then back to the top of the order, and Molitor do up here. Jim's 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a single in the center field. So the leadoff batter's aboard. So Jim's down at first. Charlie Moore. Here's Charlie. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit. That'll be a base hit in the right field. And let's see here. Is he going to try to advance? For 41. Jackson's got a good arm out there. And with nobody out, he's going to stop at second. Ain't no use taking a chance here with no outs. So now first and second, back to the top of the order, and Paul Molitor. And Paul's 0 for 2 today. Can he go 0 for 3? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, line drive down the second. Nice play by Willie. That'll be out number 1. Everybody else holds up. Here comes Money now. He's 0 for 1, walked the last time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Can he take advantage of it? And that's going to be a 19. It's going to be hit on the third. Nettles is a great fielder down there, 43. That should be column number 1, I would think. And it is. And his only play is going to be over to first. Everybody's going to advance, but now there's 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Dick hold this to a 3-run lead here, folks. Yankees will play back, trying to get out of this inning. Cooper's up. He's popped up and flew out. And that's going to be a ground out to short. And that'll end the inning as Dent fires over to Chambliss. And the Brewers leave 2-1. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Brewers still with a 3-run lead. Hey, Aaron. Oh, that's all right, bud. Still got the damn head cold. I don't know how bad I sound. Hopefully I don't sound too bad. So we got Johnson, Chambliss, and Nettles due up here trying to get back in this game. Cliff's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Molitor. Third short. He fires over to first for out number 1. Here comes Chris Chambliss up now. Chambliss flew out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Money's up with it. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. Brings up Greg Nettles now. Can Greg get something going? He homered the last time up. And not this time. It's going to be a catcher is a 7-33. Catching 7. It's going to be fielding column number 2. That's going to be a chopper in front of the plate. And Moore bobbles that ball. And Nettles is going to make it down the first safely. So you got a runner down at first with 2 outs for Bucky Dent. Can Bucky Dent do something here? He grounded out the short his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Bucky Dent having a good start to the year. And that ball is hit hard into the gap. Like I say, he's a G, so he's not going to change that. A 52 for Nettles. Arm out there. We're going to send him, that's for sure. So a 25. A 51 or lower, Nettles makes it home, folks. And he's in there safely with a RBI double is Bucky Dent. And it is now 6-4. The runner down at second now with 2 outs. And back to the top of the order we go. And Willie Randolph. Willie struck out and walked his last time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Can Willie come up with a big base hit here on the 2-0 count? And he walks the hard. Well, he should have walked that time. So he did walk. I was forgetting that. So now Rivers is up. Mickey's up. He walked the first time. Didn't need that second roll. So Rivers is up now with runners on first and second. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and popped up. And he gets a hold of this. The Yankees all of a sudden making noise here with 2 outs. And that ball is hit into the gap in right center. That'll score Willie probably too. This should make this a tie ball game, folks. Willie a 51. Right fielder is a 33. Yeah, Willie a score without even a throw. So that ties this ball game up, folks. And again, a runner down in second. And it's a tie ball game. The ball's flying out of this park today. Hits everywhere. You get a hit, I get a hit. Everyone gets a hit. Rory White's up. He tripled and got hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a 15. That ball's going to be hit in the left field. ISO is a 2, and that 63 is going to most likely make him fielding column 3. 63 on a 2. Yep, that's fielding column 3. That's not good. And that'll score the run first on an error as he misplays that ball. That's an E7. Randolph scores easy with 2 outs. And again, Roy Wright down at first now. And Mike is not happy with his defense letting him down here, folks. Second error of the game. Second error of this inning. And that brings up Reggie Jackson. He's already homered in this game. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Matter of fact, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes Jackson out, but the Yankees score 4 and take a 7-6 lead. And we got Heisel, Ogilvy, and Bando due up. Larry 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Make sure he doesn't turn there. That'll be a ground ball down the first. And Chambliss will take it himself for out number 1. And Ben Ogilvy's up now. Ben's 2 for 2. Doubled and singled. And this will be the first time they get him out. He gets the ball back to the mound. He'll be out number 2. Up comes Sal Bando now. Here's the pitch to Bando. And that's a ground ball down the nettles. He fires over to first. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Yankees hanging on to a 1-run lead. Got Piniella, Johnson, and Chambliss due up. Blues 0 for 2. And he'll be 0 for 3 as that's a grounder down to Bando. Stepping up to the plate now is old Heat Cliff Johnson. And Cliff is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice to third and short. And that's going to be hit down to second. That's going to be another error on the Brewers. Money makes a bobble. Doesn't compound it by throwing it away, but that still gets old Johnson down at first for Chris Chambliss. Chambliss flew out the right and grounded out the second. And not this time, folks. That's going to be a base hit, I believe, against the lefty. Make him a 19. No, that's a nice play down there by Molitor. The only play he'll have is over to first, though. Let's see, 26. He might get him at second here. He's a 7 on a 26. Nope, he gets him at first. So Johnson's now in scoring position with 2 outs for Nettles. So Nettles here with the chance to give the Yankees some insurance runs here. Chambliss is grounded out. Nettles is 1 for 2 with a homer. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll end the inning, folks. Yankees strand 1. We go to the 6th. 7-6 New York. Thomas, Wolford, and Moore due up here, bottom part of the order. And Gorman's 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer. That's a deep fly ball in the left field. White out near the track makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Jim Wolford up now. And Jim's 1 for 2. He grounded out to the pitcher and singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field, I believe. 44. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. So Jim's aboard here with 1 out. Tyne run at first. Go ahead and run at the plate. Moore's up the bat. Can the Yankees get a ground ball double play here? Moore's 1 for 2. He grounded out to the mound and singles. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by Tidrow. Back to the top of the order we go on Paul Molitor. And Paul's 0 for 3. He's flown out, lined out, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground pop up down the short, out in shallow left field. Dent makes the catch, and the Brewers strand one. We go to the bottom of the sixth. We got the Dent. Then the order turns over back to the top. We go, and Randolph and Rivers. Bucky with a RBI double his last time up and grounded out to short. And that's going to be a 23. Back to the mound. He's a 2 and a 62. That's going to be an E1. So Mike can't even help his own calls. That's the fourth error on the Brewers today, folks. Trying to give this game away. So Dent down at first. Willie Randolph up. He's 0 for 1, but he's walked his last 2 times up. Struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. Can Willie take advantage of the 2-0 pitch? And no, he can't. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3. He comes back to get him down 0-2. Brings up Mickey Rivers now. And the Mick doubled his last time up and drove in too. Here's the pitch to Rivers. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Larry and left. For out number 2. Here comes Roy White. Roy do something here with 2 outs. Bucky Dent still down at first with that leadoff walk. Here's the pitch to White. A leadoff error, rather. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jim in right field. So the error doesn't cost them this time. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 7-6 New York. Money, Cooper, and Heisel do up here. They got the bullpen up just in case TIDROW gets in any trouble here. Here's the pitch to Money. That's going to be a grounder down the second. Willie's got it. Fires over to first. Chambliss, 1 down. Here comes Cooper. Cecil's 0 for 3. Popped up, flew out, and grounded out. And we'll drop a dice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th. Larry Heisel's up now. And Larry's 1 for 3. Grounded out the other 2 times up. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Nice job by TIDROW. We go to the 7th inning stretch. A 1-run game. You got the heart of the lineup, Jackson, Piniella, and Johnson up. Reggie's homered in this game. Flew out and struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty, 25. That's going to be a nice play down at third by Bando. Dives, gets up, has time to throw Reggie out. Robs Reggie of at least a single, maybe a double down the line. Brings up Lou Piniella now. He's 0 for 3, grounded out twice and flew out to center. And not this time. Old Sweet Lou gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. Sweet Lou standing down at second now. And that might be it for Mike. And that is. They got the righty Johnson up. They're going to go to the bullpen here. Can't afford to give up any more runs. See who they're going to bring in here. The bottom of the 7th. As Mike goes 6 innings and a third. And Andy's going to come in here and pitch. Try to keep this a 1-run game. You got a runner down at second. And only one out. And is the Yankees going to call Johnson back? And I think they are. Yankees are going to call Cliff back. And Spencer for hire is going to come out. No. Cliff's not DH and he's catching today. So Spencer's not coming out. Munson's coming out. So Thurman's going to come out and pitch hit for Cliff because Cliff don't hit righties worth a shit. So Munson's going to come off the bench here. He'll stay in the game to catch. See what Thurman can do here. Thurman's batting .396 on the year, 2 homers and 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch to the captain, and he's going to come through, I believe, here. So against the righty. Yep, that's going to be a single in the right field. And with one out, let's see what old Lou's going to do here. 42. He's probably going to stay put at third. Yeah, Lou's going to stay put at third. So we're going to have second and third. First and third, rather. First and third, and only one out. As Chris Chambliss comes to the plate here. And let's see what Chris can do. He's 0 for 3, flown out, grounded out the second in the short. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. 35 with a 2. That should be fielding column number 1, I believe. Nope, fielding column number 2. And a 54, he should be able to score this time. 54, 33 plus 5, 26. So a 52 or lower, and Lou will score. And he's in there safely. So nice sacrifice fly by Chambliss. Gets the Shorns run in. Brings up Nettles now with a runner down at first. And 2 outs. And Nettles is homered in this game. Can he do it again, folks? Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Greg. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And a 9 against the righty. Makes him a 1. That's going to be an infield hit. Greg Nettles showing some speed here, folks. Makes it first and second and 2 outs. Here's Bucky Dent. He's doubled, grounded out, and reached on an error. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And a 5-7. That's going to be a single in the left field. And let's see here. Thurman will score easily. And Greg will stop at second. So all of a sudden, the Yankees have opened this up and got a 3-run lead here. And this will probably be the last batter for Andy one way or the other here, as the lefties are getting ready to come up. So here's the pitch to Randolph. And that's going to be against the lefty. Makes him a 9. Makes him a 3 against a 9. That's a single, and that fills the bases up. Now, Nettles will score, rather. That's a single in the left field, and Nettles with 2 outs will score. And they are blowing this game open, folks. So still first and second, and that's it for Andy. He couldn't get the job done. So in comes the lefty. The only lefty they got in the bullpen is McClure. So McClure is going to come in here. Try to get this inning over with, folks. Here comes Bob McClure in the game. So you got runners on first and second still. Mickey Rivers up 1 for 4 with a double and 2 RBI. And that's going to end the inning. That'll be a ground ball down the first. And Cooper will take it himself. Step on the bag. But the Yankees score 3 big insurance runs. We go to the 8th inning. It's 10-6, good buddy. You got Ogilvy, Bando, and Thomas due up. And like I say, Thurman will stay in the catch. So Ben's 2 for 3 with a double and scored twice. And that's going to be probably against a righty. Ogilvy is makes him an 8. And that's going to be a swing and a pop-up rather down the short. Nice play by Bucky Dent over the shoulder catch. Robs Ben of a base hit. That brings up Bando now. Sal's 2 for 3, 4 RBIs on the day. And they don't want no parts of him. They walk Sal Bando. I make him earn it now. Earlier in the game, I wouldn't have blamed him for walking, but now with a 4-run lead. Here's Gorman Thomas. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And that's what the Yankees is looking for. That's a ground ball down the second. Randolph up with it. Over the short, over the Chambliss, a 4-6-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 10-6. We got White, Jackson, and Pinella up. Roy's 1 for 3 with a triple. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. McClure's first strikeout of the game. Here comes Reggie up now. He's already homered in this game. 2-run shot. And not this time. That's a deep fly ball to the left. But that's Death Valley out there. And Larry makes the catch. Round number 2. And here comes Lou Pinella. He's 1 for 4 with a double. And against the lefty, that'll be an 8 and an 8. And that's going to be a single in the left field. So Lou's aboard here with 2 outs. Here comes Munson. He came on the pitch hit for Johnson. And he singled and came around the scorer's only time up. And against the lefty, make him a 4, 4 and an 8. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Lou's speed, he'll stop at second with 2 outs. So back-to-back singles to left brings up Chambliss now. McClure all of a sudden can't get that all-important 3rd out. Chambliss is 0 for 3. He did have a sacrifice flies last time up. And that'll end the inning as that ball's hit down the second. He'll go the short way over the short. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 2. We go to the top of the 9th. Milwaukee needs 4 runs. Can Tidrow go to distance, folks? We got the bottom part of the order due up. Wolford, Moore, and back to Molitor. Let's see here. They got somebody on the bench they'd rather have up than Wolford. The only lefty they got is Gumby. They're going to let Jim bat. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's an easy grounder down to Randolph. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Charlie. He's 1 for 3. Singled, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to TIDROW. And that's 1-2. Down to the last out. It's up to Paul Molidor. What can Paul do here? Paul's 0 for 4. He's flown out, struck out, lined out, and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bucky Dent. He takes his time, fires over the first, and that'll be the ball game, folks. Yankees win 10-6. Take a look here at the box score. Ken Castro joins us. Yeah, they are, Ken, compared to what they did in real life. The difference is Goose Gossage isn't blowing saves. He blew a lot of saves early in the year. Old Sparky Lau was pissed. Cy Young winner in 77 and 78, Goose comes over and blowing saves. But that ain't happening in this replay yet. So you got the Brewers, 6 runs on 9 hits and 4 errors. Those 4 errors were deadly. 4 big errors. Yankees, 10 runs, 12 hits and no errors. You had Ogilvy and Bando with 2 hits along with Wolford. Gorman Thomas with that home run. They were 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They did well. Only left 4 men on base. You had Piniella and Nettles with 2 hits apiece. And, of course, you had Jackson and Nettles with 3 home runs. Look at that. The Yankees, 6 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And they left 9 men on base. Like I say, Mike pitched into some bad luck. He drops to 0-1, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 8 runs, but only 4 of them earned. 2 walks, struck out 3, gave up 2 home runs. And Andy comes in and doesn't do much. A third of an inning, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs. And McClure comes in, pitches an inning and a third, 2 hits, and struck out 1. But the Brewers just couldn't come back as TIDROW pitched a hell of a game. Goes the distance, picks up his 3rd win. 9 hits, 6 runs, walked 2, struck out 4, and I gave up a homer. Let's do some fast play here. We got Kansas City traveling to Baltimore. That should be a good game. Nice pitching matchup. Flanagan against who wins this game? And no. Orioles get shut out. Kansas City, 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Orioles, no runs, 6 hits, and an error. And you got the Indians traveling up to Boston to take on the Red Sox. And the Red Sox win a close one. The Indians, 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Red Sox, 6 runs, 15 hits, and 2 errors. Then you got the Rangers traveling up to Detroit to take on the Tigers. And another shutout. Let's see what the star is. Kemp drove in 6 runs, folks, out of the. Ain't that something? Darn. Drove in every run. Let's take a look at this scorecard here for Kemp. He was the man. A 3-run homer and a 3-run triple. All the offense they needed was Kemp. A walk and a base on balls and he hits a homer. 2 singles and he hits a triple. 3 singles and he hits a triple. Darn. Not bad for Kemp. Rangers, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. And like I say, old Kemp, 6 runs on his own, 8 hits, and no errors. Angels traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. This should be a good pitching game. Tanana against Eckerson. And it was. The Angels, 3 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Twins 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Then you got the A's traveling up the coast to Seattle to take on the Mariners. And the A's take the win. 7 runs, 16 hits, and an error. The Mariners 5 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. And the last American League game is the White Sox taking on the Blue Jays in Toronto. And the White Sox beat up on the Blue Jays. 7 runs, 10 hits, and an error. The Jays only 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. We'll take a quick look here at the standings and the leaders. Still early in the year. April's not over yet. Yankees up 2.5 games on the Tigers. Twins are 4 games up on Kansas City. Jason Thomas leading the American League with a 4.29 average. Reggie and Gorman Thomas both had home runs in the game, both now up to 7 home runs. Reggie was 17. Keeping pace with each other. Jim Palmer with a .5 ERA. You got Dave and Paul with 4 wins with the Twins and the Royals. And Gossage now with 4 saves along with Kurtwood for the Jays. And Reggie's leading the MVP voting, tied with Gorman Thomas. And Paul Spitteroff is leading, tied with Dave Gotts for the Cy Young. I want to thank Ken Castro, Aaron Reed, and Philip Reynolds for stopping by. Ken, if you're still on here, I'm going to input the ratings for the Orioles and the White Sox. So later on the day, I'll be doing that Orioles White Sox bats game if you're interested. And the next game here will be the 1978 will be the Braves taking on the Padres. The Braves have won 2 in a row, folks. See if they can make it 3 in a row. Oh, glad you're still here. Like I say, hopefully you can catch the game. Should be a good game. So far, these bats games have been wonderful. Boggs against Oselik will be the next game with the Braves. Till next time, folks, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until then, you all have a great afternoon and take care.